Hey, gorgeous people. This is Celia Ward-Wallace. I am the founder of Empowering Women Every Day. I'm located here in Los Angeles, and I am a soulful business coach, speaker, author, community leader, and activist. And I'm so excited to be with you here today for the 11 steps to create, launch, and grow a soulfully aligned online business. So for this webinar, I thought I would come to you from my backyard here in Los Angeles because we're having such a beautiful day outside. And as you join in, there is a delay. There's a 30 to 60 second delay. So as you join in, make sure that you say hello in the chat box. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you can hear me. Last week I did a webinar and they couldn't hear me at all. Oh my God, it was the beginning of Mercury retrograde and nobody could hear me. So that was sort of a bummer. So I see you guys joining in. As you join in, say hello. Let me know you're here. Let me know the volume is working and that we're good to go. Let me know where you're coming from. As I said, I'm Celia Ward-Wallace. I'm here in Los Angeles. This webinar is 11 steps to start, create, launch, grow your online business. And we're going to go into tons of details. So if you don't already have some sort of journal or notebook, hey Jane, can you hear me okay? All good. Awesome, Chantel. Awesome. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. All right, my friends. Yay, Lisa. Okay, let's get going. So what I'm going to do, as you can see, I'm already here in my backyard. And if you do or do not know me, my approach to business is different than most of the other people in the online world. I really, really like to make a personal connection with my community, with my clients. Hey, ladies, so excited. Canada, Michigan, awesome. And so I like to come to you in settings like this that might not be the normal webinar settings so that you can really get a feeling for who I am and my passion for this work and my passion to support you guys. Awesome, Katie. So during this webinar, I was thinking before I hopped on, I was doing a little prayer and you know, calling in support for this webinar so that I could be a channel of the information that you guys all want to hear. And I was just thinking about it, and I think I'm going to spend as much time as possible off of the slides, just talking directly to you about what's on the slides, and we'll go back and forth. Instead of me being on the slides the whole time, I'd rather you get to see me, get to feel me, get to really sense my energy and my authenticity, and then we can go from there. So now that I see that the chat is working and everybody can see and hear me well, I just want to say, let's be active in that chat. I'm going to cover a ton of information and you might get overwhelmed or might not understand it. So as we go, just feel free to type in the chat, or you're going to hear me say like, yes, and can I get an amen? And I love the back and forth. So if you could just say, yes, amen, I'm with you, sister, whatever it is, then I know that we're good to go. Okay, so with that being said, I am going to jump into the slides to begin with, and then I will jump out of them again and come back and talk to you. So let me try this with technology. Now, as I go to the slides, if you would be a doll and tell me that you can see the slides, then I know that we are good to go and I can start moving ahead with technology. So right now, I will start very soon the presentation, 11 steps to starting your soulful online business. As soon as somebody tells me, yep, the slides are good to go, I'd hate to get going too far and you not be able to see. One of the funny things about doing these webinars, if you haven't done one before on a Google Hangout, is there's this time delay. So there's a 30-second to 60-second time delay. So I got to wait. Awesome. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, I got you guys. Now let's go into this. Okay, so here's our agenda for today. It's going to be a 60-minute webinar. I'm going to cover the top 5 business pitfalls when starting an online business. I'm going to talk about how to start an online business while working a 9-to-5. And I'm going to give you guys the inside peek and special webinar only bonus to join in the Superfly Soulful Business Program, which is my signature program. It's a 10-week online coaching program for women all around the world who want to create and start and launch their soulful online businesses. So if that resonates with you, if you're really serious about moving forward with that, I know some of you already already emailed me saying you want to get into it. Today is the day it opens, and we will be offering a bonus. The bonus on this call is going to be the first 5 who register for the Superfly program on this webinar are going to get a free 60-minute one-on-one with me. And then the first 15 who register are going to get automatically upgraded into a 9-month mastermind group with me for the rest of the year. So all of that's to be coming, and I'll give you the links and all that good stuff when we get into it later. But for right now, let's go into this. You are in the right place. If you are a soulful woman who wants to live their purpose, you have a desire to create a side business while working a 9-to-5. You want to earn an additional $500 to $1,000 a month through your passion project. And also, if you have an existing business, but maybe it's not as aligned, as profitable, as purposeful as you'd like, and you want to create more growth, you also want to create more alignment and authenticity, you are in the right place. So yes, you are in the right place. Now, here's what you're going to learn today. We're going to talk about why now is the special time for you to finally, truly step in and step up to your purpose, how you can create a business while working and raising a family, how to create additional income through your passion-led business, the pitfalls to creating a successful business, and the core elements of a successful business. And as I mentioned before, make sure you stay till the end if you are interested in learning how to do this with me, because I have a big announcement. I have some special deals and promotions just for you guys on this webinar. So this is me. This is a cute little version of me here with a sign in my hand. I grew up in Los Angeles, going into a multicultural community. So my family is always raised in South Central Los Angeles. So I am a woman who is a white woman who is raised in a predominantly Latino, Black, and Asian community. My parents are full-time civil rights organizers. They have a nonprofit that they've had for over 25 years, fighting for justice and equality for predominantly people of color and lower income people here in Los Angeles. And I was raised with the core values of equality, justice, and service for others. So all of my work reflects my upbringing. My women's community is the most diverse in the world. We have women of all different ethnicities, languages, cultures, religions in our community, as well as my focus, you'll hear me say it a lot on this webinar, is it's all about being of service to humanity. So if you are being called to step into a bigger position of power, a bigger position of leadership so that you can use your God-given gifts and talents to make a difference in the world, you are in the right place. So let me know, yes, I want to step up. I want to be more of a leader. I want to make a difference in the world. So this is my husband, Joe, and my 2 daughters, Ava and Layla. My story is basically, I started out like most people. I was told to do all the right things. I was the most highly achieving, good child in my family. I did all the things I was supposed to do. I got a great education. I went to UCLA. I got a safe city job immediately out of college as a park director for the city of Los Angeles, which I kept for 13 years. I'm just now celebrating my 5th year as a full-time entrepreneur. I married the great guy, and I had the children, and I did everything right? But I woke up and I realized I really wasn't very happy. So how many of you can relate to that wake up call, when you wake up and you're like, crap, I did all the things right, and still I feel like I'm not living my purpose. So in addition to that, my husband and I built a $5 million real estate business, property by property, literally inch by inch. From the age I was 21, I became an entrepreneur, and we grew our business to be a multi-million-dollar real estate company. But I was not happy. So all of a sudden, life fell apart. When the real estate market crashed, which I'm sure many of you can relate to, everything fell apart. We lost a fortune. We lost all of our money, all of our equity. We faced bankruptcy and foreclosure. My husband, who was a firefighter, was hazed and discriminated against because he's an African-American man, and he was hazed to the extent that he suffered a career-ending injury on duty by his fellow firefighters. So life just totally fell apart. I couldn't turn to my husband. I couldn't turn to my family. I only had myself. I was totally lost. And I really turned into going on this self-love spiritual journey that sometimes is the only thing we can do, right? It's like life has to fall apart for us to finally have the wake-up call. So through my journey to find spirituality and self-love, and I started practicing everything, reading everything, and I just got so turned on with this knowledge and wisdom that could help me and could help other people. This led me into the coaching industry because I realized all of these gifts I had my whole life of service, of equality, of speaking, of writing, of coaching, of mentoring, of just compassion could be packaged into a business. And that's when I began my coaching, speaking, and writing business in 2011. So I became certified in 2010 and started my business in 2011. And since then, I have trained over 1,000 new coaches and new entrepreneurs. So what really worked for me is I built my business based in both business strategy, but also soulful practices. So everything that I do is about soulful business. I invested in the best in online business. I narrowed down to the most important converting and impactful strategies. And I started launching my business online and launching my offerings and online programs over and over and over again. And I went from having a $1,000 launch to $5,000 launch to $10,000 launch. And now I consistently have $50,000 or more launches of each program. And I have at least 3 to 4 signature programs, which I launch once a year. So now that I've had all this success, I wanted to turn back and really help the everyday woman who's just getting started or just in the first 5 years of business. And I teach women all around the world how to do this. So today, that's what I want to teach you guys. So I am a soulful business coach and lifestyle entrepreneur. I'm the creator of the Superfly Soulful Business Program. My popular book is called A Woman's Guide to Having It All. And I've worked with thousands of entrepreneurs and CEOs. This is my passion. This is my purpose. So you can do this too. I had to learn about this whole new world, and there is a lot of information that I'm going to go through today. But trust me, if I learned it, you can too. There really is no difference between you and me. You just need that step-by-step guide, and that's what I'm planning to share with you today. So I really want that takeaway is anybody can create a side business or grow their existing business doing what they love. You just need to follow a formula. So today I'm going to show you how. So before I get into the steps, let's ask this question. Who should launch their soulful business online? So really anyone who has personal, professional, or spiritual experience that they could teach to others or do for others. So if you feel like you have been through a lot, you've had a lot of ups and downs, you've learned a lot, you have a lot of wisdom, you have a lot of knowledge, you're somebody who can help others with that gift. If you are an aspiring or emerging teacher, coach, consultant, practitioner, artist, designer, if you want to go into the field of healing people, helping people through your stories, through your experience, through what you just know because it's just your life, you are in the right place. And for those who want to serve the world and have something to teach from their own experience, we often feel like, why am I going through this? Why did this happen to me? You know, what's wrong with me? And then you realize when you have a little distance from those experiences, wait, I went through everything exactly as I was supposed to. It happened for me because I was supposed to help others with my story. Can you relate to that? Do you have a story that you feel in your heart you want to help other people with? Okay, so why should you create a soulful online business? Well, to stop trading dollars for hours. If you see one client for $25 an hour or $50 an hour, but you can start seeing, 10 clients for $50 an hour, which then would be $500 instead of that $50 an hour. That's why you want to start going online, because you could leverage people all around the world. You also can scale your business where you can, like I said, you can go from just doing something locally to now doing something globally and have more impact. Also, you can start to free up your schedule and really have more freedom. Now, as you grow your business from 500 to 1,000 extra dollars a month, and then you double that, and then you double that, and several years in, you're starting to really make amazing cash flow, you can transition to having that lifestyle that you want of traveling, of taking time off, of being available to your family and friends. So here are the key qualities of a successful online entrepreneur. They're service-minded. They want to help other people. They're innovative and creative. They're planner and action taker. They're entrepreneurial-minded. They have lots of amazing good, bad, and ugly life experience that they can package into something to help other people, and they want to make a positive impact in the world. So my question now is, do you feel like, yes, those are the qualities that you embody? Are you feeling called to creating a side business or to growing your existing business? Do you feel like this is speaking your language? So now I'm going to go off of the slides, and even though it's all here, I want to go back to you and see you guys. Yes, you feel me? All right, all right. Okay, awesome. How am I looking? Awesome. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the slides, but I want to be on camera with you guys so that you can see me. And then you don't worry about it. Just take notes, follow along. So step number 1 is you want to decide what type of online business you want to create. So really there's 2 types of approaches that I recommend. You've had a lot of life experience for a reason, and you really want to think about, you know, what is it that you can do that you can serve other people with. So really think about what is your gift that you can provide a service with, or what is the experiences that you've been through that you can package into a product or program or service that other people can learn from you. So that's where you want to begin in terms of your business. You really want to think about what is the demand for the service that you have, and are there people out there that really want what you have to offer? So the next step is number 2 is to identify your niche. So what I'm going to do here, if I can do this, I'm so savvy. Okay, multitasking here. Okay, so step number 1 goes in there. Now, back to the slide. Step number 2 is identify your niche. So as you're growing a business, many people often feel like they want to go broad and they want to work with everybody. But I strongly reject that approach, okay? So I believe that you should really think of what it is specifically that you know better than anybody else because you've lived it in your life. So what is it that you could talk to somebody all day long about? So for example, if you've been through a divorce and you now have come out the other side of it and you've learned how to have a positive relationship with your ex, and you've learned to co-parent, and you learned how to have a, you know, an amicable settlement between the 2 of you, now you have this wealth of knowledge, right? So this is something that you can help people with. So instead of saying, I want to help everybody with everything, I just want to help people, I just want to serve people, I just want to make a difference in the world, you can go and say, I want to help women who are going through divorce understand the 10 steps that it takes to have a successful divorce and transition, and market yourself that way, where now you've taken something that was very broad and you've made it very specific. So that's step number 2, really, really identifying your niche. So as we go through this, if you have any questions about step number 1 or step number 2, let me know so that I can elaborate on it. Okay, step number 3 is going to be discover and refine your soul client. So a lot of people call the soul client the ideal client, but for me, I call it soul client because everything with me is based in spirituality or soulful stuff. So what this means is you really want to figure out who is that specific person that needs a specific niche service that you have to offer. So again, you don't want to be like, my ideal client is, you know, men and women who are 35 to 45 all around the world. You want to be like, no, my ideal client, my soul client is a woman who is somewhere between 45 to 65 years old, who is going through a divorce and has grown children and is a professional. right? These are the ways that you start to narrow. And when you narrow it, the value in it is that when you start to talk, you can talk in the language of that specific woman or that specific client. You can speak as if you were her, literally to her. So you can say things like, you know, are you lying awake at night because you can't believe that you might be alone for the rest of your life? Or are you lying awake because you feel like you totally blew your relationship and you don't know if you'll ever find love again? Or are you lying awake because you think you're going through a settlement divorce process and you're worried that, you know, you won't have anything to show for it when the divorce is finished? These are the kinds of things that you want to ask and speak in their language. So as you narrow your niche, this is what you're going to start to do. Okay, so now step number 4 is you really want to determine that greatest pain point that they're suffering with at night, like I just went through. So think about your soul client and think about what is it that's making them stay awake at night. Is it wanting to find love again? Is it worrying about money? Is it worrying about their grown children? What is it? And as you identify that, everything that you do, everything that you talk about, everything that you offer should be talking directly to that soul client, not to everybody else. So it's one of the reasons why people often tell me, I can't believe you talk so much about spirituality and soulfulness and God and divine and spirit and amen and hallelujah and all this kind of stuff. And they're like, I can't believe you do that. And I said, well, I do that because that's who I am. And I only want to work with people that I love, that feel like soul sisters to me. And if they're my soul sisters, then they like spirituality and they are open-minded and they want to talk about something deeper than just the human experience. So tell me, as you're watching in on this, does that resonate with you? Do you like that? Does that make you feel like, oh yeah, we have that connection. We have that soul sister spiritual connection. And if so, you can see how by me doing that, that is benefiting me and my business, and really identifying who on this webinar speaks my language, who on this webinar feels like I'm a soul sister. Well, then we need to connect. But if you don't, that's okay. You get your information, it's all good, but I might not be your person, right? I might not be your mentor, and that's okay, because really what you want to start doing is repelling people away that are not a good fit, and you want to start attracting the people in that are a good fit, and only create this diehard tribe that loves you, right? Because my ladies that are in the Superfly program and all my other programs are soulful spiritual women, and we talk all day about God. And some women are Christians, some women are Muslims, some women are spiritual, some women are atheists, and it's all good. But this is what we talk about. So it's like, if that's not what you want to talk about, you probably don't want to be hanging with me, and that's okay, right? So the more that you get really honest about who you are, who you want to serve, how you want to serve them, how you show up, and start talking like that. As I can see, you guys are giving me the yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Jen, LaChandra, and Megan. Thank you for that. Then you know you're in the right place. Okay, so let's go to the next step. So step number 5 is you want to decide on the name, price, and delivery method of your signature services, programs, and products. And so let me drop this into the chat here. Okay, so what this means is you really want to start thinking about, well, what is it that you offer, and what is it called, and what does it include, and what is the price point of it? So like for me, it's like I have a cute name, right? The Superfly program, or the longer version is the Superfly Soulful Business Program. And then it's like, well, what is the price of that? Well, normally it's $1,997. Today, ladies, it's $1,497 or 12 payments of $147. That's the bonus. Thank you, Anne. I'm glad I'm speaking your language. Okay, so that's the price. The delivery method. It's online, which means you have weekly 3-hour coaching calls with me and the other ladies in the group. And all of the materials are sent in email. So you get them in email, you get access to a membership site which means you can watch the videos on your own time. You can do the exercises on your own time. But this is the delivery method, okay? And so this is what you need to think about is your ideal client. How does she want to receive her information? How does she want to access you, connect with you? You want to really align with her. And if you don't know yet, you can start surveying people so that you can get that feedback, or you can start doing free consult calls with people to just ask some questions so that you could get that market research so that you have more accuracy. But after me doing this for all these years and working with thousands of women, I've learned what I'm doing is what they want. So I just keep doing it and tweaking it each time for the ladies who are in the group. So that's the next step. Okay, so let's see what's next. And then from here, you want to go to step 6, which is create a free and valuable aligned lead magnet. So let me drop that in here. Okay, so you may or may not know what a lead magnet is, and that's okay. That is totally okay. There's gonna be some people watching this that are more advanced, and I totally have tons of ladies that work with me that are more advanced, and then there's some people who are absolutely brand new. So all this is saying is you wanna come up with whatever your service and product and program is gonna be that people are gonna pay you for. You wanna come up with the free thing that you can offer to them where all they have to do is give you their name and email, and in exchange they get free content from you that will help them. But you want it to be aligned with your ultimate program. So for example, back to the example of helping people going through divorce. Well, if you take a woman who's going through divorce, you might create a 10-step checklist of the most important things to do in the first 60 days of the divorce process, right? How valuable would that be if you came up with something like that? Like it would literally transform somebody's life, and you would have tons of people wanting to sign up for it. They'd be like, I want that, I want that, I want that. If anybody out there possibly is interested in this niche, I think it would be a fabulous niche. I know some of my other ladies have done it, and there's a huge demand, right? So this is your free thing. Just like this webinar with you today is a free thing. You signed up for the webinar with me, you gave me your name and email address. I'm on here giving you amazing, valuable, free content. And as a result, I'm going to also tell you about my paid program, and you can decide if it's a fit for you or not. But what I'm going to do is make sure I give you so much valuable free content that it helps you right now, and you are interested in wanting to know more because you respect me and you can see how valuable the free content is. So what you really want to do is give lots of valuable free content. You don't want it to just be something simple. You want it to be something that might even be a paid program. So often people will pay me to do these type of trainings for them, but today it's free. But I know how valuable it is, and so you want to come up with something really, really valuable as well. So let me go back here to the slides. Okay, so now is a great time if you have any questions coming in about any of the 6 steps. We're going to go into the next 5 steps next, but this is a great time to go into that. And then I also just want to drop in here again, because some of you are private messaging me, what's the bonus? How does it work? Okay, so this is the bonus. The first 5 to register are going to get a 60-minute one-on-one with me, and the first 15, including those first 5, are going to get upgraded to the 9-month mastermind group. So I'm going to drop in here just so you can see the offer. Load that up. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to go. Display the offer. Okay, you should be able to see that offer. Now, what that means is anybody who wants to join the Superfly program will get that bonus. So I know since we've been on the call, I've already had 2 people register. That's what my team just texted me. So just so you know, there's only 3 spots left for the free one-on-one if that's something you're interested in. And then I will pop in one other thing. This is the whole sales page if you want to look at more details. Okay, so anybody have any questions so far? Are we good to go? Am I covering everything that you need to know so far about lead magnets, about your programs, your pricing? If you have specific questions about things you're already thinking of creating, this is a great time to ask. I'm a wealth of knowledge and I can answer literally anything that you have. So let me go back to see what the next step is. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so the next step is to work on creating your website and social media profiles. So I have people ask me a lot. Let me drop in step number 11. I mean, not step number 7. So it doesn't have to be WordPress. It can be Squarespace. If you are just doing it yourself and just getting started, Squarespace is awesome because it's something you can probably do in a day or a few weeks at the most. But if you do a WordPress site, you're probably gonna have to hire somebody else to help you do it. So just keep that in mind. And when you do your website, the most important thing are great pictures. So you want to invest, you know, a few $100s into having a professional photo shoot with somebody in your neighborhood that can take some awesome pictures of you, just so you have 2 or 3 amazing photos that you can use on your website. And then other than that, I would recommend just like a white background, black fonts and text, and just pick some 2 or 3 really pretty fonts that you can use interspersed. And all you need is a home page, an about page, a services page. That's really all that you need to get started. So in the Superfly program, we go step by step through the whole process. We do website analysis. We tell you all the services to use. We have somebody who can help you do it if you need help. But for now, all you need to know is to do that. As far as your social media profiles, you want to take that same headshot and you want to start creating a bio for yourself. So something that says who you are, who you serve, how you serve them, and you want to use it consistently in each and every place that you can. So you want to think about, you know, obviously a Facebook fan page, Twitter, YouTube, Yelp, Pinterest, LinkedIn, the list goes on, right? But to begin with, you just want to start getting yourself out there, because the more places that you have a profile, when somebody searches your name, they can find you and you look that much more professional. But you want to make sure that you have the same image and the same bio and description and the same links everywhere that they go, so that you can start to really come across professionally. All right, next step here. So the next step is creating authentic and compelling advertisement copy. So again, I realize that not everybody is at this step of starting to do advertising, and I get that. But this is just knowledge for the future, is as you start to create advertisement, which I think, let me just see if that's step number 9, right? So I'm gonna put these 2 together because they basically go, step 8 and 9 go together here. And as we go, if any questions come up, let me know. Okay, awesome. So let's see, I'm just seeing somebody's sending me a private message. Okay, awesome. And let me know if you have any questions. I see that a request came in. I know part of it was telling me that you're with me and I'm speaking your language, but let me know if you have a specific question. Okay, so step 8 and 9. So you want to create compelling copy that stands out, that speaks to those pain points that we talked about, that talks about the solutions that you can provide. And you want to start thinking of doing a Facebook campaign. Now, when you begin to use Facebook ads, you do have to have a Facebook fan page in place. But once you have that, you can start doing Facebook advertisements just for the smallest amount of money. So you can do $5, $10, $20, whatever you want to do, just to test it out. And you want to start boosting your posts so that you can get them to your fans and get them to a broader community. And you can get really highly targeted. So for example, for me, you know, I might go after people who watch Oprah's Super Soul Sunday, or love Wayne Dyer, or Deepak Chopra, or Ian Van Zant, or Danielle Laporte, or like all these people that the list goes on, right? So when I do my advertisements for my webinars or for my free lead magnets, I target specific audiences. As you get more advanced, you can also start targeting people who have gone to your website, gone to your sales page, and you can start doing what they call it retargeting ads, where now that you have their information, you can start sending them ads again. So that's something to keep in mind that's coming up soon. Okay, so then from there, step 10, you want to start creating your email marketing sequence. So when you have people sign up for your free thing, they're gonna then start getting an email from you. And you want them to have a sequence of emails they receive. The first one is, thank you so much for signing up. Here's your free thing. Maybe join my free group. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope you love it. The next email might be like, I hope you really enjoyed the free thing. Let me know if you have any questions. Here's a little video I made that goes along with it that, you know, might help you with that. The next email might be, here's a new free thing. Download this PDF plus this video that I made. If you have any questions, let me know. In the meantime, join me in my private community here, right? So all of this back and forth, it's a way to create that resonance. It's a way to create that connection with people. And you want to make sure you have something in place. So you definitely need to make sure you have emails in place. Okay. So now step 11 is about creating the sales process. You really want to go into selling, right? So if you want to make money in your business, once you set it up, you have to not be afraid to tell people about what it is that you do, because what you do is so valuable. So like, I know what I do is, honestly, it's priceless. I create transformation. I activate the most amazing transformations in people's lives. And there's no price you can put on that, right? I can tell you, yes, you're going to set up a business with me. Yes, you're going to learn self-care principles and rituals. You're going to learn how to manage your time. You're going to learn how to do videos and to create products and programs and services. Yes, yes, yes. But the transformation that's going to come as a result of all of that is really what we're talking about, is what would it look like if 3 months from now, after working with me, you were a new woman. You had elevated to a higher version of yourself. You had stepped into your power, found your voice, lived your purpose, lived your potential, and we're creating impact in your community. That's what we're talking about. That's where the value lies. And so you really want to start booking people in for free consults with you and sharing with them the process that they can go through to have this transformation by working with you, and the value that you offer to them. So let's go here. I'm going to go into opening up to answer any questions. I'm just going to let you know again, it looks like now we're down to 2 spots left. Yay, ladies, you're grabbing the spots. Once again, this is the link to register. So as we go here, I'm going to go into the pitfalls and the mistakes that you don't want to make when building your business next. But who has any questions about these 11 steps that we've gone through? I know one of them that always comes up is, do I really have to write emails? You know, I don't like writing emails. I feel uncomfortable. Or do I really have to do sales consults? You know, I feel like spamming people. But you have to remember that if you love what you do and you feel good about who you are and you feel like you're providing a value and service and you know that you can really help people, then marketing to them and telling them what you do and providing opportunities to work with you is not spamming them. It's providing an opportunity. You're not forcing them to do anything. So it's also about the way that you approach it. So for me, if you've ever been on my list or you start receiving emails from me, you're going to see lots and lots of videos coming through. Yay! And I'm so excited about that. Yes, and you will figure out a way. Let's do it, okay? It's $147 a month. Honestly, sorry, this is a breakout session about pricing, but I just want to say, I could charge a lot of money for this program, and I do, to individual clients and to corporate clients. But my love is for the everyday woman. My love is for the woman who is just like me, but just a few steps behind. And I know that she doesn't have a ton of money. And so I don't want to charge her a ton of money, but at the same time, I want to respect myself and my business and my desire to value myself, right? So I know that this program is really worth about $10,000, but the price point that I feel comfortable with is around $2,000. And then for the promotion, I want to make it really good. So I want to give you guys $500 off. So I'm going down to $1,497. And then in addition to that, I'm like, how can I make this work for people? And I come up with a 12 payment option. So it's like $147 today. I don't know, most of us, pretty much everybody, should have a card that has a room for $147 on it. If you don't, call your mama, call your boyfriend, call your grandpa, somebody, so you can get this jump start. So you put that $147 down now, And then next month you'll be 147, and it goes for the full year. And before you know it, you've paid this amount over a year. But you've also imagined a year from now the transformation, because you get the program, which is 3 months with me. But then in addition, what I'm offering on this webinar right now is an additional 9 months with me, because I don't want to just leave you guys hanging. I don't want to just transform and jumpstart you and activate you, and then you're out there, you're so excited, and then I slip away and you're like, what happened? I want to be with you. I want to hold you accountable. I want to root for you. I want to know what's going on with you. And so that's why I set up the full year worth of a mastermind with me, so that I can really keep you accountable and make sure that you're successful. When I go to sleep at night, the thing that I worry about, what's my concern at night is, how are my ladies doing? Are they making it? Are they being consistent? Are they, pushing through the fear and doing what they need to do to make this transformation in their life? That's what I worry about. And so then I worry about, well, how can I make that happen? Like, what can I give them? How can I support them? How can I be more available to them? Which, one of the things, if you ever talk to anybody in our community, or you guys know me from online, is I'm extremely accessible. I do everything live stream. I'm in my communities. I'm talking to you. I know everybody's name. I know everybody's husband's name, baby's name. It's who I am. It's one of my gifts, but it's also one of the gifts that I know is extremely valuable in terms of working in a program like me, because I'll actually know who you are. Okay. And I'm going to pay attention, and I'm going to keep you accountable, and I'm going to be rooting for you. So I'm so excited that you're planning on joining. Thank you for the sidebar, everybody listening, but I get really excited and passionate about this work. And when people see that and they're ready to take that leap of faith with me, it means so much. Okay, so let's see what's coming next. So here we're going to talk about the difference between success and failure in business. The main difference is those who are successful really know how to tackle their mindset. Those who are not successful really suffer with lack of confidence, poor focus and time management, a failure to be yourself, perfectionism, and lack of a detailed strategy and action plan. So let me drop these in. These are the 5 roadblocks that stand in the way of people's success. So let me know, which one of those do you feel like is your biggest issue? Is it lack of confidence, poor focus, failure to be yourself, perfectionism, lack of a detailed strategy? And I'm going to break down why you don't need to worry about these things, why it's not worth your time, why you got to keep pushing so that you can get where you not want to go. So number 1 is lack of confidence. So really you want to think about, how are you talking to yourself? Are you being negative? Are you knocking yourself down? Are you really having lots of fear, doubt, and worry? Well, remember that you're here for a purpose. Remember that you were created with greatness in you. Remember that you are worthy just because you were born. And the faith that you need to have in yourself, and the faith that you need to have in a higher power or something greater than yourself, or the universe that created you here to be here in this lifetime, that is what is going to give you the confidence to continue to step forward. So what I really recommend you do is to prioritize self-care and your soulful practices every day. You need to have those rituals in the morning, in the evening. That's your time, your personal time to replenish yourself, replenish your soul, to reconnect with spirit, to reconnect with your purpose. And that will help you feel confident and worthy of living your dreams. Okay, the next issue is poor focus and time management. So most people are just juggling too many projects and demands at one time. As women, we put that cape on, like, we're superwoman, and we're just like, I got it. I can be perfect. I can do something for everybody, but we don't take care of ourselves, right? We always put ourselves last, and then there's nothing left for ourselves. And then we do things like time wasters, such as being on social media or email, and we're like addicted. We continually, at least a couple times an hour, refresh Facebook or look at our email instead of setting up time blocks in our day so that we can really allocate specific times that are, I'm going to go on Facebook for an hour, and this is my intention, this is my purpose, and this is when I'm going, and then I'm going to shut it down and log out of it. And I'm not going to have it where my emails and my Facebook messages keep bouncing in on my computer and give me alerts every time I get a message. That's the worst. You need it right now. If you take one thing away, turn off those alerts on your phone and on your computer that beep every time someone texts you, emails you, Facebook messages you, and don't also have them popping out. Okay, so the issue number 3 is failure to be yourself. So really, it's about a fear of failure, fear of vulnerability, really about comparing yourself to other people. Can you relate to this? I mean, I think we all get into this trap of like, what if I'm not good enough? What if I show who I really am and people don't like me? What if I say something that I really think and people judge me or people don't like me? Well, the number one way to have a standout brand, I have to tell you, is to be openly yourself. The more that you can be really confident in who you are, the more you really want to get in there and just be yourself, because people are going to resonate with you. People are going to like you. Like, so when I talk about social justice, most coaches, you know, are not going to talk about Black Lives Matter or police brutality or poverty or war, right? Most of them are going to avoid all those subjects. But for me, I can't separate that. That I feel like that's part of my mission. Part of my mission is to be a channel from God to speak the word of peace and humanity and compassion on this planet. And we also have to speak up for injustice. And if that impacts my pocketbook, if that means I have less clients or that means I make less money, then you know what? I might not be doing the right kind of business, because I need to pay attention to what's in my soul and be myself. And what I found is the more that I do that, the more that people are attracted to that, the more that people resonate with that. So that's something to just consider. Awesome. I'm so glad you signed up. Don't worry. If you signed up, you got the one-on-one, you'll be contacted about that. Okay. So don't worry about that. So cool. Okay. So let me go back to what's next. Okay. Perfectionism. Can I get an amen on this? How many of you sisters are worried about perfectionism? This is the worst. Number one, you cannot be perfect, right? We are humans. We are here to have a human experience, which means we're going to be doing all kinds of things, making all kinds of mistakes. So we have to just love ourselves to be perfectly imperfect. But as women, we often feel, because we've had to take care of so many people, we've had so many things happen in our lives where we had to be strong. We've had so many people try and take advantage of us or hurt us, or we've gone through trauma, making me cry. So we want to control everything, right? We don't want anything to happen that we don't want to happen. And we want to cover all the bases so that nothing bad ever happens, nothing falls through the cracks. And with business, we don't want to put anything out in the world or create a business if it isn't perfect. We are really creating excuses to just play it safe. But the solution to this is just to launch before you're ready. You know, good is good enough for right now. Be okay with where you're at, because every time you go out there and you launch and you fail, or it doesn't go as you thought it would, you can course correct and you make changes and you make yourself better. And that's okay. That's part of the process. And the last problem is a lack of a detailed strategy and action plan. So you need to have a plan in place. You can't just go and do anything. You can't just go and say, I got 20 things to do and I'm going to do them all. No, you need to know exactly step by step what to do, A through Z, what comes first, what's the priority, what are the sub-action steps. You need to break it all down. So for me, every week, I create a plan for the whole week. Every day I sit down and reevaluate that and create a sub-plan. Every day I reevaluate. Every month I look at the whole month. Every year I'm looking at the whole year and the year ahead. And I have a plan in place. Does that mean that I don't make adjustments and course correct? Absolutely I do. But I really focus on what's right in front of me and making that be very successful. And then from there I go on to the next thing. So you really, really need to focus. So what has worked for me? So I'm going to go into this on the slides, guys, so that you can see this, okay? So let's see the slides. All right. So what has worked for me is really narrowing my niche to a soulful business coaching for aspiring and emerging female entrepreneurs. So, and creating a really amazing online course and starting to have consistently high highly monetized launches. So like I said, to begin with, my ladies begin around $1,000, $2,000 launch. They go up to 5,000, they go up to 10. And then from there, they go to 20, 25, 40, 50, and beyond. Okay, so it's all possible for you. And what's crazy about it is I know most of you who might be already working a job, this is probably more money than you make in a whole year. And we're talking about doing a launch and making that level of money. So here, I'm just going to give you some bite-sized business models. So if you just want to do $1,000 a month, here are different ways you can do it. 100 sales of a $10 product, like an ebook or a PDF. 10 sales of a $100 product, like an evergreen course, something people can just buy one time and start doing immediately. 10 sales of a $100 group course. So if you have a group once a month meeting or twice a month meeting for $100 and you have 10 people in it, now you have an extra 1,000. One sale of a $1,000 product, like a VIP day with you, an intensive with you. So here's what we've covered so far. Who should create an online business, what type of business you can create, how to determine the demand, the elements of a successful business, and how to create your online business. So I'm not sure exactly what brought you to this webinar today. You might be looking for a solution to finally start your business. Let me know in the comments what brought you here today so that I really understand. You might be wanting to learn those exact steps to start making that extra cash flow. You may be ready to ditch your 9-to-5 and start your business. Or maybe you just want to see how I do a webinar and get more familiar with the webinar process. But if there's one thing that I really want you to take away today is that anybody can start a business while working a 9-to-5, or if you already have a business, you can grow it, you can create more alignment, you can create more cash flow. You just need to follow a specific formula so that you have a plan in place. So my next question for you is, you normally would have two choices when you start your business. You can either figure this all out on yourself, all by yourself, and you can do that, but it is going to take time, but you can get it done. Or you can hire someone to help you and do it for you, but that will be a big investment. But again, it's another way to get it done. So what I wanted to do was create something that was offering you a hybrid approach to this. It's really a third choice. I want to teach you how to do this yourself, but with my guidance and with my mentorship and with my community, so that you're not alone and you have help along the way. So my question for you is, are you ready? Are you ready to take the leap of faith and really investing in realizing your dreams, to package all of your life experience into a transformative business, to follow a step-by-step online process to launch online, and to finally ditch that frickin' status quo and get out there and do something big and really fulfill your destiny? Are you ready? Are you really ready? So this is a huge opportunity to imagine what it would feel like to be living your purpose, to make great money and a huge impact, to have freedom, flexibility, and excitement. I am telling you, there's nothing out there. You have to go for it. The time is now. So I want to introduce you to the Superfly Soulful Business Program. It teaches you the step-by-step process to start and launch your online business while working your 9-to-5, or if you have an existing business, how to scale it larger. It's going to teach you how to authentically create a business that really represents you and is going to be sustainable for the long term. And when you finish it, you're going to have every piece of the puzzle in place to launch your business and start getting your first client and your first dollar in place. Or if you have a business, how to expand so that you're making more money and having a greater impact. So who is this for? It's for aspiring and emerging spiritual and soulful female entrepreneurs. So if I'm not speaking your language, if you don't like the God talk, the divine talk, the spirit, universe, goddess, all that good stuff, priestess, love, peace, compassion, if that's not for you, this is not for you. But if that is for you and you're looking for a coach and a program that is a hybrid that does business and spirituality, this is where it's at. It's also for 9-to-5ers, newbies, established entrepreneurs who want to create, launch, and grow a soulful, purpose-driven business. So the question is that you? Are you really ready? Are you tired of saying next year? Are you tired of saying 3 months from now? Are you tired of saying, I wish I had done something different? Are you ready to take that leap of faith? So here are the details. It's a 10-week group coaching program with me. It begins in 2 weeks on September 19th, and it goes to November 30th, right after Thanksgiving. We would have weekly group coaching calls on Wednesdays from 4 to 6 p.m. Now, they're all recorded. So if for some reason you have a conflict and you can't make it, you will get the audio right as soon as the call is over. And we have a membership database where you have access to that has all of the videos, all of the content, everything's in there. It includes weekly videos and exercises from me that will be released every Monday. You'll get an email with your exercises and your videos for the week. There's weekly group calls, there's private members community, and there's 10 Superfly experts who are guest mentors that will also be helping you in addition to me. And you get lots and lots of attention and involvement in every aspect from me. So here are the modules. I'm going to move through them quickly, but module 1 is yourself. We're going to talk about how to transform your limiting beliefs, to develop alignment and intuition practices, create a sacred space, create morning and evening rituals, and prioritize self-care. Module 2 is your soul's purpose. We're going to clarify why you are here, what your unique genius is, what your business model should be, what your soul contract is, and really create that clarity of purpose. Module 3, we're going to identify your soul client. You're going to learn how to attract and communicate with them, identify what your core values are and your vision statements, and really start to choose that supreme niche. Module 4, you're going to find your voice and figure out what kind of leader you're going to be in the world. You're going to heal your trauma, you're going to own your it factor, and you're going to learn how to lead. Module 5, you're going to create your offerings and your teachings. You're going to identify what your signature stories and platform is going to be. You're going to learn how to create products and programs. Module 6 is your communication and list building strategy. You're going to learn how to send compelling emails that people will open. You're going to learn how to create epic blogs that people will read and share over and over again. And you're going to create an irresistible free lead magnet so you can start building your list. Module 7 is your visibility and influence plan. You're going to elevate your impact by increasing your reach with a highly engaged online community, creating your social media profiles, and getting more interviews, and thinking about guest blogging. And from there, you're going to go to your marketing and launch strategy. You're going to learn how to get out there and launch your business, how people will know what you do and start following you and signing up for your services. So here's the praise for the program. I have over 120 graduates in the last 2 classes. These are just some of them. So Kelly Clausen Vanderveer says she sold out her first online coaching course and earned $20,000 within a few weeks of launching by doing the Superfly program. Keisha Howard, Coach Keisha, she works with teenage girls. She says, by the time SFP is over, you're going to be able to market your business, make money. From the time she began the program until it was over, she booked 12 speaking engagements, and she was able to quit her full-time job. This is Chandra Warren. She says she always encourages you to invest in yourself. It's going to change your life. It's going to make you dig deep. And is there anything really better than making money doing what you truly love? Think about that. Is there anything better right now that you could do than live your purpose and your passion, help other people, use your divine gifts, make a difference in the world, and guess what? Oh, you're probably already doing that, but how about we actually get you paid for doing that? How about we set up a structure and a business around your gifts so that you can start telling people, you know what, to work with me, it's $50 an hour. It's $100 an hour. That service is $1,200. That service is $6,000. These are things we're going to put in place for you. So what is the course value? It's valued at $10,000 because you're going to get the modules and the video lessons, dozens of how-to tutorials, private webinars with me, guest speakers, private Facebook group. But the course doesn't cost $10,000. And like I said, I want to make it so accessible for you while still respecting the value and the business that I've created. And so I didn't price it at $10,000. I didn't price it at $5,000. It's normally $19.99. But right now, just on this webinar, it's going to be $14.97 or 12 payments of $147. So all you need to do is find that one card that has $147 left on it, put it down today. You're going to get all of the bonuses. You'll be in the program. You're also going to get this price because this price is going away. It's going up to $177 a month in the next 24 hours. So if you want this price, you need to book now. So the total value is $10,000 and your investment is $14.97 or 12 payments of $147 when you sign up today on this webinar. Now I know there's one spot left for the mastermind. So I think we're almost completely booked for that. So make sure you sign up and get in on that. So there is a VIP option. If you're interested in one-on-one coaching with me, there's only 10 spots for this. It includes everything that I've covered. And in addition, it includes 8 one-on-one video coaching sessions with me. So if you want to do one-on-one with me, in addition to Superfly, you'll take the group program. And then every week, you'll also have a one-on-one call with me. So I will literally be holding your hand through the entire process. So that is either $56.25 or 3 payments of $19.75. And you will see that option when you register if you want to take advantage of that. So really, the next step is for you to enroll now and to ask me any questions that you might have before we wrap up the call. Again, the early bird webinar bonus is a 9-month mastermind. There's 9 monthly accountability coaching calls. You're also going to get an accountability partner, and you're going to have monthly challenges and exercises. So this is not just a program for 3 months. This is a program for a year, and you will have me as well as the other women in the community that you can get access to. These are the experts, all of these beautiful women: Elena Lipson, Rachel Luna, Lindsay Para, Carrie Samuels, Jennifer Kennedy, Melinda Alexander, Amber McHugh, Natalie Goucher, Akila Richards, and Sarah Hart. If you're unfamiliar with who these ladies are, you should look them up. They are the leading women in their industry. They all have multiple 6-figure, some of them 7-figure businesses, and they're extremely accessible, approachable, and authentic. So again, the early bird pricing is $14.97 or $147 now to get started, and 11 monthly payments. You have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So when you register, as long as you do all of the assignments, show up for all of the classes, and after 30 days, if you feel like it's still not a fit for you, then you will get your money back. So quick recap: we have 8 modules with video lessons and worksheets each week, dozens of how-to tutorials, weekly private webinars, 10 guest speakers, private Facebook group, and you get lifetime access. So this is unheard of. Every year you could take the program again. I have graduates who this is going to be their 3rd time taking it. They're signing up again for free. And you continually have access to the material, the video recordings, the call recordings for life. So at any time, you can, it's self-paced. You can join in and get the information that you need. And you can take it over and over again. So you're paying once for it now, either $14.97 or $147 over 12 months. But you get it you pay once, but you get it time and time again. So every year when it's offered again, you can take it again for free. So sign up for the program. And what's going to happen next is you're going to get a confirmation email. And a few days before September 19th, you're going to get access to our private Facebook group with all of the other ladies from around the world. And you're going to get lots and lots of love and support from me. So I don't know if you can hear the church bells ringing, but that tells me it's 1 o'clock. And I'm going to pop in real quickly and stop sharing here with you guys. And I'm going to just see if there's any other questions. Stop. Okay. Christy says, I'm looking to help people open their own herb shop, not necessarily have an online business. Will this help me do this? Yeah, thanks. Okay, so Christy, the question there is if you think that you will have an online presence, whether you'll need social media, whether you'll need online, like a website, whether you'll have profiles, whether you'll do free promotions and ways for people to sign up to get on your mailing list, whether you're going to be emailing them, whether you're going to do any sort of videos or informational content that you're going to give out to your list, whether you're going to want to do branding or marketing or sales, like basically all of it applies. So everybody who signs up for the program does both in-person business as well as online business, because there's nothing like local business, right? Being a celebrity in your own backyard, building a community in your own backyard, that's the priority. But going online is something we also need to have with all businesses. We need to have that online presence. We need to have, like for you, I would say, set something up on Yelp. Let me know, Christy, if this is answering your question, but I would say, you want to have a profile on Yelp. You want to be all over different search engines finding you. You want to start thinking about doing Facebook advertisements and other kinds of social media advertisements. You might want to start a community. So if those are all things that you find valuable, that would be helpful for you, which I think that they would, as well as what's your visual brand going to be about? What is your logo? What are your core messages? Who is your ideal client? How are you marketing to them? What is their language? All of the stuff that we're talking about is universal. I don't ever want to teach anything that is going to be like a fad, is going to die out. I want to teach something that is going to be universal and is going to help people forever. So that's really the goal. Some of you are asking me again for the link. So this is the link to sign up. This is the link for the sales page. If you have more, did I do it right? Yeah. If you have more questions. And I just am so grateful to have spent this time with you. This is a great opportunity. If anybody has a specific situation with their business or their aspiring business, it's a great opportunity to just pick my brain. Like I said, I've worked with thousands of entrepreneurs over the last 5 years, women of all different ethnicities and backgrounds. Okay, yes, exactly, Christy. You want to bring them all together. So the other thing to think about, Christy, and ladies listening in, is creating a personal brand. So for example, for me, I'm Celia Ward-Wallace. Now I do a lot of different things. I have a lot of different businesses actually, right? And a lot of different products and programs and services. So I built my whole brand around me and what I'm doing. And so that's something that also I would have you consider when you join the program, is if you're interested in creating a personal brand where it's like, hey, I'm Soulful. This is what I'm interested in right now. This is the product, program, and service that I'm offering right now. But in 6 months, a year from now, it might be something different. And if you have a community and a following around you, then into your next thing. And so, Christy, that's something to think about also, is to develop something around you that can encompass all of your different interests, all of your different businesses, all of your different markets. So for those listening in, if you're thinking about creating a personal brand, if you want followers to know you as a public figure, if you want to see, basically take your wisdom and life experience and package it into expertise that you can sell to other people, that can help people that are just a few steps behind you, that's what we're going to do in the Superfly program. We're going to take everything that you've been through, the good times, the bad times, the dark, the light, and we're going to create it to be really relatable so that people who have gone through what you've gone through can get the help that they need. So for example, some ideas with that are like, maybe you have a kid who just got into a great college and got a bunch of scholarships. Well, knowing how to teach other people how to do that would be extremely valuable, right? Yes, Christy, awesome. Yay. I'm so glad you're in. Awesome. You may have grabbed the last spot. Let's see. Okay. I'm waiting for my team to tell me if there's any spots left. But if you guys want in that are still listening, go ahead and get in, because I think that the spots might be all filled up. But I will honor it. I will honor it if you get in right now. But what was I saying? So, okay. So sending your kid to college, right? So let's say you send your kid to college and you know how to get them in. That's something people want. Or let's say you know how to create, look at my backyard. Look at this oasis. How freaking gorgeous is this, right? Voila, voila. There's more I can show you. But you know what? I designed this all, and then my husband created it all. But possibly I could teach that, or he could teach that, right? He could teach how to get great plants and how to create a design and create water tolerant, drought resistant, native plant for your neighborhood or landscaping, right? Or, you know, I've been with my husband for 20 years and, you know, we're really blessed. He's my best friend. We're still connected. We're still in love. And I could teach other people how to do the same thing. You know, I can't guarantee anything, but I can share with them what it was like when, you know, I was wild and free and, you know, I don't want to say a man killer, but I certainly attracted lots of men and had lots of relationships. But then once I was ready to find my partner, I found him, and I found him at 20. So luckily I had lots of life experience that prepared me to be ready for him. But I could teach people about not only how I prepared to be ready for him, but now that I've been with him for 20 years and we've raised a family together, we have 2 daughters who are Ava, who's 10, and Layla, who's 7. I can share, you know, how do we get through our days? How do we stay connected? How do we keep the romance alive? How do we continue to have a sex life? How do we continue to like each other, be friends? How do we have independence and, you know, support each other to go after our dreams and not become a codependent or abusive or neglectful relationship, right? I know you guys listening in, you would pay for that, right? You want to know that too, unless you're experiencing it yourself. And so that's an example of, not yet, but coming soon, that will be something that I'm going to develop. I'm going to create something around relationships. You know, I'm going to create, right now I've created so much, but there's so much more to come. And the value of the type of business that I'm talking about creating is something that grows with you over time. So if you like Wayne Dyer, if you like Iyanla Vanzant, or blanking out on her name right now, who I'm thinking of. Why am I blanking out on her? The famous poet, Maya Angelou. If you love people like that who or what's her name, from Hay House, Louise Hay. Okay, if you like people like that who have had 40-year, 50-year, 60-year careers, continuing to evolve, continuing to serve people, continuing to help people, just based on what they know, their knowledge, their life experience, that's what we're talking about. Because for me, I'm turning 40 this year. I've already been doing this for 5 years. Look at what I've done in 5 years. Look at all the things that I've created in 5 years. I just had my big launch party and celebration with all of my community for the 5 years in business. But imagine what 50 years in business looks like. I mean, imagine the impact. Imagine the people served. Imagine all of the different types of things that you can create and write and talk about and serve people with. So this is what we're creating in the Superfly program. We're creating longevity, sustainability. This is not a get rich quick program. This is a, you know, really find yourself and understand how to live your purpose and impact other people and make money while doing it. Can I get an amen? Boom. That's what we're talking about. I love you all. I'm mindful of your time. I hope that you found this extremely valuable. I hope that whether you decide to join the Superfly program, which I hope you do, today's the opening day, so I'd love to get all you ladies in with all the other people who are signing up right now online, and get you in off of this webinar. And then for whether you sign up or not, I wish you all the best. I'm sending you lots of love, lots of blessings. If anybody has any last questions, I'm going to hang around for another minute or two. I can answer your specific situation. You can send me a private message and I'll see it. You can reply to any of the emails that you've received or will receive. You can send me a Facebook message. I'd love to help support you. I'd love to find a way to make it work for you to take this leap of faith. I hope that you feel the trust with me. I hope that you feel the connection and that you're ready to take the leap of faith, because I will not let you fall. I'll have your back. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's about 100 other ladies on the other side that are ready and can't wait to really welcome you into our soul sisterhood. So sending you all lots of love, lots of love. I'm just waiting to see if any other last little comments are coming in. Awesome. Yay. Okay. Some of the ladies are saying that they signed up. So I think we might have gone over the number, but that's okay. Anybody who got in, and anybody who didn't. I don't know. I might send something. I'm going to think about it. Look out for an email from me with the replay and the upcoming emails and see. I think I might offer a new bonus or something like that. All right. Sending you all lots of love. Have a beautiful and blessed day. See you on the other side. Bye.